Welcome back. And today is going to be a really exciting day. Very happy to be back here. Let's do a time check. Today is 30th of August on a Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're watching live right now from across Asia, then you are on Wednesday, 31st August, 10:30 a.m. Singapore Asia time. Welcome back. I'm excited to see all of you today because today I'm going to talk to you about two things. Wow. And before I get started, I'd like to pay our greetings to all of our wonderful YouTube members. And let me just type it in. Welcome back. And who's live right today? Yay! Dizu! Dizu is a long time friend. Thanks for joining us here today. And I also see Mac Wong. Jacqueline, thanks for joining us here as well. And we also have Kelvin, John Tran, Yen Tan, Daniel, and Hua Chen, as well as Eltin. Wow. So happy to see all of you because today I got something to give away. And this is something that, on the final week here at Harvard Business School is culminating right now on the final case study. Can you guys believe it? The final case study we're going to do in our final week here at Harvard Business School is going to be a case study on Singapore. And, I got to carry this flag really high up and make sure they are getting the right picture and right perspective about my country. So I'm going to show you right now the journal paper that is we'll be going through in the class. And let me just switch over right now. Hang on a minute. Here we go. Ding. And I hope it's working out fine. Yes. Check this out. This will be the final journal paper for my class this week. The final week. All right. So it is called Singapore Facing Challenges Together. Will Singapore be around in 100 years? I'm not so sure. I'm absolutely sure that if Singapore gets a dumb government, we are done for. Prime Minister of Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, August 2013. All right, so it's a big piece of journal paper, total 32 pages long. And those of you who are on our Don't Stop Believing trade notification, I'm going to send you a copy of this. And I want you to have a good read. First of all, to understand what makes this little nation so successful. Now, the definition of success, how do we measure it? All right, because our independence started in 1965, and our first founding father is none other than Lee Kuan Yew. So, right on this particular note, how did we transform a fishing village into one of the largest sovereign wealth funds in the world? And here we go, entire paper written by Harvard Business School. And me and my classmates will be we'll be discussing about the success of this little country, and will we last another 50 years? Because this is macroeconomics, and the moment they mentioned right here that yesterday and today we just gone through a study of Mexico as well as Argentina. I mean, we are given two extreme economies, went through multiple recessions, kind of almost to the point of bankruptcy. And the final case study, they bring in Singapore. I mean, what brilliance right there in the faculty, right? So we're going to be talking about this little island right here and all the different works on it, all right? So how many of you are really excited? You want to get a copy of this freshly minted journal paper just published on 3rd of August 2021. All right, so if you are on our Don't Stop Believing trade notification, I hope to send you a copy of this so that we're going to review it together. And I think it's important to study about the macro environment affecting a country, affecting the public stocks within it. All right, so that's the context I'm talking about this today. Okay, so let me move this back again. Oops. I lost all of you just now. I see many other just joining in. We have quite a number of new friends just joining us from Facebook and YouTube. Big greetings to all of you, as well as our regular students. Thank you, all of you, for joining us. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to dive in because I got three journal papers I need to read for tonight. I don't think I can do it tonight. I'm going to do it in the morning. So I've been waking up about 5 a.m. every day, Mondays to Sundays, right here. All right, so here we go. First of all, we're going to take a look at this very important article just published today, 30th of August, at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? And we're going to pick some tips from how to analyze a particular news article and then put it across our data point, our data platform, and make an informed decision. Okay, here we go. Right here, big tech stocks such as Microsoft are underowned. Morgan Stanley says that's a good thing. Okay, so first of all, you guys got to know whenever we talk about big tech stocks, who exactly are they? All right, so a few ways to remember it. The way I remember is it goes this way. All right, Mama. Oh, okay, this is a bit too short. Let me just do it one more time. MAMAA. There is double A right there, and hold on a minute. So let me see how to do this. All right, and I still trying to get a hang of it. Okay, this looks nicer right now. So this is what I call the Mama stocks. MAMAA. Okay, and of course, for those of you who are acquainted, it's very easy to remember. Those of you not acquainted, then please memorize this. For goodness sake, please memorize this, and you got to get it into your bloodstream. M always starts with Microsoft. Just think about the most powerful, the richest man on planet Earth, right? At one point in time, that's none other than Bill Gates. A is none other than the product that we've been using like non-stop action, Apple. The next M stands for Meta, the social networking website you've been using with your friends and family members. Followed by A for Alphabet, which is Google. We use Google to do our search. And finally, the last A is Amazon. All right. So an article like this kind of pop up today around what time? Around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Now, typically, how I go about processing a news article is, yes, there will be a narrative painted by the writer, and this writer happens to be Samantha Subin. But for us, is we want to dive deeper into the data. Now they can put all the names out there in the headlines, doesn't matter to us. So this is how we're going to do it, right? Here we go. Step one. The mention of these big names, which I covered with you just now. So MA and M A MAMAA. All right, so let me do it one more time. So there's total 5 alphabets, which are covered in the way I described about Mama just now, right? So here we go. This is the first M. This is the A. Then followed by M again, Meta. Followed by AA. So the first A, is none other than Google, which is known as Alphabet, and the second A is none other than Amazon. Okay, so the way to remember it, Mama, and I like to say Mama, Mama. Okay, so once we got this right, then of course we have to understand from the perspective of this writer why she had to even mention this 5 great stocks. So according to her, her thesis goes this way, kind of interesting to me, and I want to highlight to you. A quant analysis on this historical data shows that on average, after adjusting for market cap and earnings beat, there is a statistically significant relationship between low active ownership relative to the S&P 500 and future stock performance. This indicates that on average, the stocks appear to experience a technical pull higher when active ownership is much lower than the market and vice versa. All right, so kind of a bunch of bombastic words. Don't bother about it. Don't be put off just because they write in such beautiful language. All right, that is not important. What is important is our understanding of how to connect the dots. Right over here, we had five that gone through just now, but over here they introduced another new company that's called Nvidia. Okay, year to date percentage change. This is the greatest drop, almost 50%. But is it part of our mama? No, unless we kind of put mamana, MAMANA. So that's another way you can remember it. So I'm gonna just type it out right here in front of you. So we got a MAMA, which you accepted it just now. And it's supposed to end with a last A, but right now we introduce NVIDIA. We're going to put like this, Mamana. And that's the way to remember it, all right? So Mamana means I added additionally NVIDIA. In the past, I mean, Netflix was part of the basket, but I mean, Netflix has done so badly right now, we don't look at it, all right? So here we go. We continue with our adventure. As we go down, it's all about talking about this mama stocks or mamana stocks. You are given the 5 to 6 alphabets. Right now, we're going to take the data and put it on our software platform, right? So I'm going to turn over right now to our software. For those of you not subscribed to our software yet, then too bad. I mean, what else can I say? You didn't subscribe. I can't help you with that, okay? So I'm going to switch on right now. And I want to do one more little step before I show you. Here we go. Hang on a minute. Just one more step, okay? Because we introduce Mamana, NVDIA, NVIDIA, NVDA. Here we go. All right. Ready? Here we go. This is Microsoft. All right. And I can just refresh one more time. Just make sure every time I have this habit, I just refresh to pull in the latest data. And what I'm looking over here in our proprietary metric is that, hold on a minute, the net stock purchase as well as the net call put purchase for Microsoft, both are positive. 3 billion, 2 billion. All right. Now I just going to take a look at this because other parts of the data we don't have enough time to go through it. For those of you who are subscribers, you can just plan it through our Spiking Wealth Management system, and then you can see the results. Please complete always your 4 steps. All right. Next is Apple. Refresh. So Apple, we have 3.4 negative and 1.9 negative. Next, we have Meta, Facebook. For this, well, on the net stock purchase, we have negative 4.1, but for the option side of things, we have positive 762 million. All right, so that's a positive. Next, on Alphabet or Google, you have a negative net sales 16.8 billion. I mean, they are either profit taking or just getting out of Google. All right, there's a lot of sale going on right there. Option kind of a positive 603 million. Next, Nvidia, both of which are negative 800 million, 900 million. And finally, Alphabet, Amazon, negative 15.2 billion. And on the option side of things, only negative 25 million. So one more time, I'm going to run it through faster. This is Microsoft, both positive. Apple, both negative. Meta, hybrid. Alphabet, hybrid. Nvidia, both negative. And Amazon, both negative. So you've seen it, right? And here we go. How do you go about making a decision out of the six stocks that I looked through just now to decide if you want to play today? Which one would you select? And I go back to excuse me, I'm taking in too much. The sparkling water, oh my gosh, 100% natural, seltzer, calorie free lemon taste. Oh gosh, I'm so dehydrated. And, before I carry on, I think I better take this. Because one of my classmates, of all days, he was healthy, and yesterday he started coughing and sneezing and he put on a mask. Kind of freak out. And he was seated behind me. And I'm going to show you my solution, the cure. Ready? Three, two, one, bang! I'm going to use this to counter against the whatever bugs that he's having, all right? So I'm going to take this in front of you right now. Wow. And he says over here 24 tablets. And we got to take about ugh, four tablets so that when I return back to Singapore, I'm ready to dive into action with all of you. I don't want to get sick. And this is the way to combat COVID-19. I mean, every one of us kind of freak out. The guy come into the auditorium, sneezing, coughing, putting on a mask, and we say, what the heck happened to you, right? So here we go. It looks like this. I'm not too sure can you see like this, all right? It looks exactly like this. This is the tablet, 4 pieces of it. And then, bang, move it up back. We're going to take it, okay? 4 pieces. Please pray for me I don't catch COVID, okay? I mean, we are on a final journey already. Today is Tuesday, tomorrow is Wednesday, Friday is the last class, Saturday I'm on a flight. Holy moly! Oh, the guy sat, he sat behind me. Okay, all will be well. So I'm back to my original question. Let me turn on the live chat. We have the mama na. Which one would you select? Would you select? All right. So I give everybody a chance to participate in this conversation together and look at it. And you don't have to tell me grandmother, grandfather story. Wow, you have to check this, check that. No. Just first glance. Be very practical about it. Just first glance, look at it. I give you about 10 seconds. Here we go. Which one would you select? So, by the way, there's no right or wrong answer. The only right answer is when you make money. Very simple one, all right? So, I see Eltin putting on Microsoft, Daniel, Microsoft, or Meta, or you can even buy both. Nothing is stopping you from buying both. Mark is Microsoft, Hira Microsoft, Ronnie Microsoft. Kind of all you biased towards Microsoft, but you still do not know which point I'm driving at. Do you go for the pure green or the pure red? Excuse me, I got too much air in my body. Or the hybrid, you've seen one red, one green. And what I'm talking about is the net stock purchase and the net call put purchase, all right? What is the thinking? Do you go for the guy with lots of green or the guy with lots of red or the hybrid of either or, all right? And what should be your thinking? So, right now, the variation in the answers start to come in. Calvin, Amazon, and Jeanette. Wow, Jeanette just pray for me. Amen. I'm protected from all virus. Amen. All right, thank you for the prayer. Diesel looking at Google and Alphabet. Bell looking at Alphabet. All right. So I'm going to give you the step 2 of the homework. Okay. Step 1, you have the first glance. You have certain feel about it. Because this is the part about investing, which most people still don't get it. You must have formulated a thesis in mind. and then you go out there hunt for data that supports your thesis. Okay. Now, those who say, I forever I sit on the bench, I don't take position, that's utter nonsense, right? Complete nonsense. You got to have a thesis about the market, about 5 years, 10 years from now, how the market will evolve. You got to have a thesis of the price itself, and then you can formulate connecting the dots. Or else, no point for you to invest or to trade. Okay, so right now our thesis is: do we go for green, green, red, red, or the hybrid? Now, all of you got kind of answers on your mind. I'll take the one that's most popular among you, all right, which is the green, green, all green, all right. And based on that, step one, I will go to step two straight away and do this step. This is really the practitioner approach, all right. I don't think anyone will teach you this way because they are all bogged down by their traditions. All right. And after completing 3 weeks here in Harvard, one thing that we learn about is we have really limited our potential. Now, what do I mean by limited our potential? I think I'm going to give you a lecture on this. Holy moly. This is so fascinating, all right? Just a quick one. I don't have to take like a very, very long time, but I think this will benefit you very, very much, all right? So here we go. Hold on a minute. I need to look for the word jump. I found it. Okay. And here we go. Okay, let me bring out this very powerful image I learned from the professors here. And check this out. Let me organize this. Ding! Okay, I hope you guys can see this really, really well. It's going to be so helpful to you. Here we go. I learned about high jump here at Harvard Business School. Now, this is like, who would have thought about teaching us about high jump, right? So the story goes this way. In the beginning, were you aware that most people started doing the high jump using the scissors jump? All right. And you look at this picture, kind of weird, right? This is like our childhood, climbing over the fence or certain barrier. You have you have one leg flip over and both your hands cannot touch the horizontal bar, and then look at this arrow here, right? So this was how high jump actually started. And then over time, they start to evolve into different techniques. Then you have the back layout, you like lay flat right here. And then you have the eastern cutoff. This is a very, very weird way of your jumping. And then you have the western roll where, you are jumping forward into the bar. Look at this, jumping forward into the bar. And then finally you land with your legs and hands. Very weird, right? And then you have the straddle, even funnier. The straddle is like climbing a wall. So the story goes this way. High jump evolved from scissors, back layout, eastern cutoff, western roll, and straddle. Now, each change of your technique results in a higher improvement of your jump score. Oh dear, why am I coughing, man? Hang on in there. Gotta drink water. Ah. Okay, I still can taste food. I don't have fever. I still like to eat sweets. I think I'm fine, all right. Okay, so for every new change in the technique, the record starts to get higher and higher and higher until they found a way to break the highest record, and that's called the Fosbury flop. This is what we have been watching on TV, all right? So this evolution from the very beginning, scissors, all the way to western roll, all the way to straddle, and finally arriving at Fosbury flop. This evolution teaches us about one thing, that we have not fulfilled our potential yet. That's it. We have not fulfilled our own potential. We always place limit on our capabilities. And I want to take this to share this with you because how many people in the world actually spend time talking about making 5 to 100% profit return in one day? Yeah. And every time I share about this, the naysayers will come out. Hey, how many times can you repeat this? And my question back to those naysayers is, have you ever even done this once in your life before you question me how many times I did this? Right or not? If I never even tell you about this idea, you wouldn't even dare to think about it. Okay, I need some affirmation from the community. Hey, please confirm what I'm saying. Is it correct or not? Affirmation, please. Right. Whenever you tell your friends or your neighbors or your classmates, hey, we can make 5 to 100% profit in one day, what's the common response from them? Uh, how many times are you able to do it? This is the most popular response. But my straight away response back to them is, bloody hell. If I never tell you about it, you wouldn't even dare to dream about it in your whole life if you have not met me. And I need all you to be the OG here. You are my OG, original gangsters. Go out there. Do not be shy about it. Right? We give a great idea, and you have naysayers coming back to, oh, you are what? A value investor, fundamental, technical, what? No, we are nothing of this. We found a blue ocean opportunity in the market whereby why the heck we have to wait so long if we can get 5 to 100% profit in one day? Why do we need to wait one month, 1 year, 1 decade? Don't have to, right? Now, because of the way we think about this, it's like how high jump has evolved. We go all the way to the highest to push to the max in one day, squeeze the time. Now, coming back to here, well, looks like, you see Diesel say 1,000% because in his time, he witnessed himself the 7,000% winner. And can we repeat that in our current 2022, 2023? The chances are much lower. Back in those days when Dizu and myself we were trading, the market was so buoyant. I mean, you just throw a dart, you just catch a spike. It's so easy. Right now, we're kind of hampered by so many changes, so much volatility in the marketplace. To find that opportunity has greatly reduced, but we still pursue it every day, right? So I want to encourage all of you. Hey, by the way, those of you who never respond, means you understand or don't understand. Oh, can you say something or not? Jeanette, confirm, understand, confirm. Hiram, thank you very much. Eltin, and the rest of you probably not too sure you are doing what right now. Okay, so but I don't have to convince all of you. We just need one or two of you to start to plant the seed. So why am I talking about this from high jump and then come to 5 to 100% profit return in one day, and coming back to the idea that we dare to challenge our potential so high that people find it unbelievable, right? So coming back, just now we gone through the 6 candidates, and we say, do you want to look for green, green, red, red, or the hybrid of red and green? And what's the next step? Now I'm going to share the next step after preaching about my high jump story. So here we go. We always do this very, very beautiful thing. And check this out. Bing. This is Microsoft. And again, bottom left, 2020, bottom right, until current day today. And you have seen it for yourself, right? Right now, we are in a tough market because of what? Because this year, since the start of January, I mean, we really don't have much time to begin with. We started around here, right? Beginning of January, it starts to go down and it crashed through the 200-day simple moving average. That's how we started this year. By the way, this is one of the toughest years in fact, the toughest years in my 22 years of investing. I never faced so many things happening at the same time. And they are not even sequential, they are simultaneous, right? So from here, we have the first breakthrough, the 200-day, and the rest of it is like, holy moly, it just keep breaking through. I mean, it's to the point, it's so ridiculous. So I'm going to kind of trace the 200-day simple moving average line here and just go through it. And you see for yourself the number of candles below the red line that I just drawn. There are more candles below my red line than above. But we have a great stock. The article claimed that, okay, these are the mama stocks, these are your best chance to go through this period of a very, very tough market conditions. And I showing to you the universe net stock purchase versus the universe call put purchase, right? This is the only example in the 6 stocks that is what we call green green. Both the net stock and the net option both are positive. But the price candle is below the 200-day simple moving average line. Can you handle it? If you can't, then don't play. If you say, yes, I can handle it, then you go on to the next 4 steps that I built up for you guys, FIAT. And I'm going to just show you one line right now to kind of affirm this training, all right? So look at how I capture the line. It's very magical one. It is very commonsensical one, but people don't spend time looking at this. I'll just start from 250 and cut it through. That's it. This is what we call the support line. And I continue to draw and complete my 200-day simple moving average line. I need to imagine it, all right? Imagine it. Now, the worst case is this joker continues to go down until end of this year. That's the worst case. If the inflation is not handled properly next week when I return back to Singapore and they're going to announce the inflation data on Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bloody hell, we're going to have a problem here. We need inflation to go down, all right, below 8.5%. But if the inflation improves and at the same time the Fed is too tough or front running the Wall Street too much ahead by raising interest rates by 100 basis points, you know what? Everything going to go down. This week demonstrated this simple fact since last Friday. Just because the Fed chairman wants to front run the Wall Street, damn it, the market took a hit for the past 3 days for nonsensical reasons. Nothing fundamental to the companies that we are looking at. This is called a nonsensical market right now, all right? And by the way, got a joke to tell you guys. Come back again. So we were attending the class today on macroeconomics. You know, yesterday we have a journal paper on Mexico. Today we have a journal paper on Argentina. And then, you know, we're describing all the issues from debt, exchange rate, International Monetary Fund. I mean, we are talking about so much different areas of macro environment, interest rate, inflation, and all that kind of stuff, right? So the professor sums it up this way. There are 3 things that we need to know. And I want to open up my notes right now. Hang on a minute. 3 things we must know. And that is, in any market conditions, there are 3 important things. Number 1 is the bank. All the banks, whether the banks domicile in Singapore, domicile in Argentina, domicile in Mexico, the banks. Number 2 is the exchange rate. Do you do a fixed peg, 1:1 or 1:3 or whatever, or you do a free float peg, not peg, free float of the exchange rate, let it go up or down as per the market conditions. And the third one is how much debt the country has entered into, and do you need help from International Monetary Fund, IMF, or US itself directly send money to Argentina or to Mexico? They send a lot of money to Mexico, right? So we talk about these varied issues, and then I listen to it. I say, Professor, everything you just described, aren't you describing a Ponzi scheme? You know what's his response? Yes, Clement, you are right. This is a Ponzi scheme. So every week I got my strike. I talk to you guys about my strike means, you know, I connect the dots and I think ahead. What the heck the professor is trying to teach us, and boom, I got it right. So he say the moment we work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, what do we do with our money? We put our money into the bank. But what do the bankers do with our money? The bankers take our money, go out there to get more money, to earn more money. So the money that we put in the bank is actually not sitting in the bank. It's been deployed elsewhere to earn higher returns, which is a Ponzi. So when you have a bank run, you go to the bank and say, hey, I want to withdraw all my cash, and the banker tells you, sorry, no cash to give you. That's called a bank run, right? So in actual fact, you work so hard, you own nothing. That in itself is a Ponzi. I mean, I'm just taking a very short time today, just teaching you this concept, fascinating ideas, and I contest it against what the professor is thinking. By the way, this professor is world renowned. Oh my gosh, he's an Olympic champion. I didn't know, in fencing, and great story. Uh, he has a good grasp of the economy in Mexico, in Argentina. He was an Argentinian, and then he converted to become a US citizen, and of course, right now teaching full time at Harvard Business School, right? So, coming back, what has this got to do with our chart? It boils down to one thing. Whether it's Ponzi or not, it boils down to one very important word, which kind of sums it up right here. I can give you all this data point, we give you all this analysis. End of the day, it boils down to your confidence. Not my confidence. I'm damn confident in whatever I do, right? The problem is, are you confident as me? I'm not too sure about that. Because I can handle the ups and downs, but if your threshold for fear and greed is very low, when the guy goes down, you start to panic, constipate, heart palpitation, and then you have high blood pressure, you have sleepless nights, sleep apnea. I don't know what kind of other problems that you have, right? So you must learn to accept we are right now in a tough market condition, yet there are parties out there willing to put money behind stocks. And if there are parties out there willing to put money behind stocks, do we follow them? My answer is yes. But we follow them with an open pair of eyes. We must be convinced ourselves. And I'm not even completed my analysis of Microsoft, because I'm showing Microsoft chart. I'm plus the 6 Mamana stocks. I'm not completed my analysis yet. I just bring on board the discussion of this topic today based on that article written by the lady who is talking about the mama stocks, and then we should take a look at them. And I put all of them through the first data point that we checked, the mother of all metrics, net stock purchase. Okay, so at this point in time, where are we? We are exactly right here. Bang. Oops, hang on a minute. We are exactly right here. That's the candle. 262 right now. Okay. If it drops further, we expect it to touch 250. That will be a perfect price to go all in. I mean, it's like, what other good price can you find for Microsoft? Look at that. That line, horizontal line drawn across there. That's a very strong line. So it presents to you there are 3 layers of confidence. If your confidence is very, very low, for goodness sake, please buy at 250. That's an idiot-proof price. If your confidence is moderate, right, moderate, then you can look at the current price right now. Anyway, it's an average between 250 and 275. Or if your confidence is super confident, you say, okay, whatever is trading 263, tomorrow I enter the market, buy at 263. That's it. There's no perfect price because there's no perfect confidence. My confidence and your confidence and Warren Buffett's confidence and Bill Gates' confidence, totally different. So we go back to the fundamental question. Whenever you tell your friends, hey, I kind of got to know this guy called Dr. Clemen Chiang. He's been preaching to me about making 5 to 100% profit return in one day. I've done it a few times. I also kind of made that money. And then your friend responded to you, oh, how many times have you done it successfully? Right? Common, which is reasonable. But your friend forgotten the fact that if you were not the one telling him about 5 to 100% profit in one day, he wouldn't even have the slightest idea or imagination to even think about it. Yet he shows no signs of gratitude. I'm sharing this with you because I get this response recently in this new place I traveled to. they think they are freaking smart. Pass on freaking comments. And I brought back to you, remember the story of high jump? If not for the guy who invented the Fosbury jump to jump towards the pole and then lean backwards, no one could have broken the highest record for high jump. But once the first guy did it, everybody kind of followed the style, they start breaking records. It's just like the work that we do right here. But please have a sense of gratitude, right? Put aside your biasness, your prejudice, and you think you're a smart aleck. Put all that aside. Have an open mind. Look at the work that we are doing here. Yes, the market is tough, and the market can only be measured by the confidence that innately that is inside you, not in me, not in anyone else, inside you. Then you can play the game, right? So no point you look at others but not looking within, and then you can't complete the remaining steps for analysis and you fail to fire the trade. That's what I want to communicate to all of you today. I had a great day today, so much fun with my professors, and I benefited so much. And I thought I want to translate that to you. And by the way, are you guys enjoying the YouTube live stream so far? Hello, are you having fun? Let me put it out. Ding ding. Are you having fun? And if you're having fun, I see your response. It depends on how you respond, and I can share with you a bit more things before I go to bed. I start to spin already. Very good. Thank you very, very much. And really, really grateful. So grateful. It makes so much sense for me to sacrifice. Every night I'm not out there partying. Anyone who asks me to go out to party, I say sorry. I need to come back to my room, do my 10:30 YouTube live stream. My responsibility is with my students, and you guys can carry on, go and party. I'm not joining, and I feel it's really, really worth it for you guys. Very, very responded really, really fast. Thank you very, very much. All right. So one last thing before we end off. This morning I kind of caught by surprise. How do I describe this phenomena? This phenomena is, I need to teach you all one word. The word is called. Let me try to find it on the website. All right, make sure all of us learn this word. Let me go to dictionary.com. Hang on a minute. and I'm going to put it in front of you. And just give me 5 more minutes, and we are done. Well, today the show is quite long, huh? but I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. So the word I'm looking out for is called condescending. Okay, and make sure you all can hear the word as well.
Condescending. Condescending.
Okay, condescending, right? And what does condescending actually mean? So it is showing or implying a usually patronizing descent from dignity or superiority. They resented the older neighbor's condescending cordiality. And I'm teaching you this word because I feel that this morning somebody spoke to me with a very, very condescending tone and tonality. And I thought it's important that, we talk about this openly. And I hope that idiot is watching the show right now. So this person came up to me. I mean, morning, we are all just ready to start the class. Came up to me and say, "Hey, Clement, I give you $100, and then you make $100 for me, and you give back my money, and I make a profit of $100." And then I got this response from an expatriate. I just used the word expatriate. I don't want to be too specific. And look at him, I kept quiet. Now, that is called condescending and not being respectful of other people. I kept quiet, and I told myself I will sleep over it one night. Tomorrow, I'll respond to this person. And because many a times I feel this is not a topic about discrimination. This is not a topic about racism, but it's a topic about certain people, classes of people feel that they are always superior to other people. And and when they are confronted with maybe I should say, when they are confronted with kind of someone who can talk logic and explain with higher order of wisdom, they cannot handle already. And they'll come to you and try to bring you down. So my step one is keep quiet, sleep one night. Step two, I'm coming back tomorrow, because my step three is I'm going to give him a message tomorrow. The same person. How he started my morning, tomorrow I give him the same morning. I'm going to start off his morning tomorrow. And I'm preparing you all how to handle people who are condescending to you. It could be in your workplace, could be in your business, could be your customers, could be anyone. I do not know. Could be your neighbor. And it's a real thing. And oftentimes for me especially, a traditional Chinese, we I grow up in a traditional Chinese school. We are always trained to be humble, to have humility, to accept criticism, and just yes, yes. And but I felt no, because I'm not trying to pick up a fight, but I'm trying to allow myself to have an outlet for such condescending treatment. By the way, how many of you experience what I'm talking about? Maybe not in the same context, but someone treated you in a very condescending manner. So please let me know if you have experienced a condescending behavior, a condescending treatment from someone that did it to you. Please let me know. Wow. I hear Daniel and Mark one. Watch Anna Wintour not responding to Jenny Kim of Blackpink at the Chanel fashion show. Yeah, that was the step one. You haven't seen the step two, step three of Anna Wintour. Let me tell you, this this lady will tear the person apart. All right. So I see Jeanette, Ghislaine, John. What John? I feel you too. Brother, man, feel me. And Diesel, my life is full of patronizing people. I'm good at giving it back to them. And Catherine, yes. Kelvin, yes. And Hiram, I don't talk to them anymore. No, this is the part that in the past I used to walk away and I don't talk to them anymore. No, I'm going to share with you my 3 steps formula. Okay? Step one, yes, on the spot, because they will, this kind of people will always catch you by surprise. And damn it, in the early morning, I also caught by surprise. I go in early to the lecture hall, all prepared, got my hot tea, set up my drink, computer set up nicely, and the fella just suddenly appear from out of nowhere. All right. So, step one, the person who's giving you the condescending behavior will always catch you by surprise. Because you can never imagine in your logical mind, why would someone do that? Right? Why would someone do that? But there are such people around. So my step one, kept quiet. I said, I need to sleep over tonight. Step two, tomorrow I'll respond. And step three, tomorrow, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give him the same surprise in the morning, go up to him, and I say, what you said to me yesterday was condescending from my perspective. I forgive you, and walk away. You got to have an outlet to let go and release, and the burden is on him and no longer on you. That's my plan. Let's see how it works out. You want to know the outcome? Please tune in tomorrow to the YouTube live stream and I let you know what has happened to my 3 step. Really work out really, really fine or not. Okay, my friends, time is running late. My head is spinning already. I need to sleep because I don't know why in Boston around this time I got to sleep early. I got 3 journal papers to read up. Thank you very, very much for watching tonight's presentation. For those of you on the Don't Stop Believing trade notification, I will fire off the trade tomorrow, not tonight. All right. So be patient with me. Let me sleep through tonight. And I want to do one of the 6 Mamana stocks to fire away. I think about 1 or 2, right? So let's see tomorrow how I feel about it. And of course, typically at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, CNBC starts to broadcast and I start to absorb the news and that will formulate some more of my thinking, right? I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Thank you so much for coming back. It makes it all worthwhile for me to do this live stream every single day. Thank you. May God bless you. Goodbye, everybody.